Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Thinking Pack. Today we are continuing trying to get to space. We have last episode created our oxygen gear, but as you can see there is no oxygen in our tanks, which is a big problem. So what we are going to be doing is we are going to be today trying to create the machines that we need to make the oxygen, and that is what we're going to be doing today. So, prior to last episode, I created a whole bunch of materials, as you can see, compressed iron, compressed aluminum, compressed tin, compressed bronze, stuff like that. Now we are going to actually use those materials, in making the oxygen equipment that we need to produce oxygen. So, let's go ahead and follow the trail through. I don't remember what we need to do to make oxygen, so let's go ahead and try to figure this out. And that is a problem. So, let's go ahead and try to figure this out. So, oxygen. Yep, let's go ahead and try to spell it properly. There we go, oxygen. And we've got oxygen, okay, what is oxygen compressor, I think, maybe? We'll load oxygen from internal storage into an oxygen tank. Alrighty, that is that. So we do need, to make the oxygen compressor, we need to make a simple oxygen vent. And then we can get ready to go to space on episode 100 and never come back except for 5 minutes per episode. That would be the idea. And let's go ahead and make one of these. We do not have any tin canisters, which is a big problem. We need to make some tin canisters. There we go. And there we go. And here we go. We got a tin canister. That is nice indeed. Okay. And we can also make this. Oh, we do not have. What do we not have? We have oxygen vent. Yes. We have tin canister. Yes. We also need aluminum and steel and bronze. Do we have steel? Do we have steel? We do not have any steel. Okay, so this is going to be easier said than done today. We are apparently low on materials already. And then we got to figure out the rocket fueling thing, get that sorted out. And also figure out how to survive on the moon without ever coming back, because that would be very difficult. So, do you guys have any suggestions if you happen to think of any ways to survive on the moon without ever coming back? And by the way, when you're commenting on things at the moment, I am on holidays. I forgot to mention that in the last video. But yeah, so I will respond to your comments when I get back. But let's see. Okay, so we need steel, compressed steel. We have compressed iron. Yes, we do. Okay, so that's good. So let's go ahead and use our electric compressor and compress 18, let's say. 18 of those. We need to put some coal. We need to get some more coal. And then we shall compress these things. This is the season of the task where we just have to do the tedious work of trying to actually get the things crafted and ready to go. And as soon as we can get them crafted, if we can craft them faster than otherwise, then we can have the benefit of getting done quicker, which will be nice. And let's go ahead and drop off the cobblestone wall. There we go. That gives us an extra inventory slot because we keep running out of space. We keep running out of space in the inventory, which is not too good. There we go. We got some more coal in there. We do not need all of that coal in there, so let's go ahead and grab some back for ourselves. There we go. And we got some compressed steel on the way. There we go. Let's go ahead and make this oxygen compressor. What is the process? What is the process that we need to actually make all of the materials? There we go. We got our, let's go ahead and assess that after we have this done. So, oxygen compressor. Let's see what we need. Let's go ahead and put this thing down in the place downstairs. We will need oxygen pipe, which I think we already have one. Yes, we do, which should be sufficient. We need to put downstairs, we need to put the oxygen pipe down there. We need to put the oxygen compressor down there. We need to actually produce oxygen. Now, we could run into a difficulty in that I think the only way to produce oxygen is to get... Oh, actually, no, you can produce oxygen from the air on the overworld. And when you get to the moon, then you have to use the other things like trees and things to produce oxygen from. So, Oxygen compressor. We have on this side, we have our fuel. We have over this side, we have our NASA workbench. And on this side, we shall put our oxygen compressor. And our crafting table goes over there. Okay, this might look very nice indeed. There we go. We now have our oxygen compressor, which is nice. And we can go ahead and try to... Okay, it says no valid oxygen tank. Let's go ahead and give it a valid oxygen tank. Here's another question. Should we make a bonus oxygen tank in case we run out of oxygen on the moon? That is a good question. What do you guys think about that idea? That might be an interesting idea. Also, if you guys have any suggestions... what are we doing? Okay, so oxygen compressor. We need power and we need oxygen. So power should be relatively easy because we've got our power pipe right over there. So we can just go ahead. I think it was right here. Where was it exactly? Where was... We also need to send if we're going to be... so how do we actually create the oxygen? Oxygen detector. Okay, so that's good. Oxygen storage mod. Oh, oxygen storage module. That could be very good as well for once we get to the moon. That could be very helpful indeed. Oxygen collector will store oxygen collected from leaves in the surrounding area. Okay. Oxygen decompressor will unload oxygen into internal storage from an oxygen tank. Okay. Bubble distributor, sealer, detector. Okay, so collector I think works even without trees around, but if it requires a tree, then we have a major problem because we do not have any trees in the basement, which is a problem. So what are we going to do about that? Yeah, that's kind of a problem. What if... Oh! Are you seeing what I'm seeing over there? I'm seeing a nice place to put a tree. So let's go ahead and actually reverse this. Let's go ahead and switch... we're running low on space, so let's go ahead and put that in there. Okay, let's go ahead and reverse this. Move the NASA workbench to the other side of the room. There we go. This way we can put the oxygen... What is it? The oxygen, I forget the name. Compressor, of course. It's only the thing I've been saying about 20 times already. But in any case, we got our oxygen compressor. Let's go ahead and bring the outline over to the other place as well. And okay. We can, in this case, run a pipe up into that area, put a tree up there. That would be very nice indeed. And that will enable us to collect oxygen down in the basement as a sort of temporary solution. The ultimate tree farm will be built on the moon most likely, but for now we can build a simple thing, just put a couple of trees down in order to run this oxygen thing. Okay, so let's go ahead and place down the carpet like this. There we go, and we now have a whole bunch of carpet placed down, which is excellent. Okay. And there we go. So now we can run the power to over here, and we can run the oxygen pipe away from here. Put the oxygen, whatever it's called, the oxygen compressor, not compressor, collector. Okay, so the collector and the compressor almost have the same recipe, but not quite. And like they change it around a bit, and then they also we also need some of these. We need 2 oxygen vents. And we once again are out of something. Steel! We are out of steel. We are out of steel. Let's go ahead and grab some steel upstairs. And then we can make this stuff. Okay, so, yes, what will we need once we get to the moon? What will we need for surviving without ever coming back? Or at least coming back for 5 minutes an episode, which is just enough time to be like, oh, I completely forgot about this. Let's go down, grab it, and come back up. That's basically what we have to do. So what will we need for that? We will need some oxygen production, obviously. We will need some materials. We will need a tree farm, perhaps a wheat farm. If we can duplicate our wheat farm setup, then we can get lots of materials very fast. Lots of chemicals, at least. What are we getting? We got compressed steel. Let's go ahead and not head all the way down there just yet. Let's go ahead and start by... We need to grab a crafting table and start making some things. So let's go ahead and do this. We need to make the oxygen vents. But if you guys think of anything else that I've forgotten that we will need in order to survive on the moon, then let me know. But for now, let's see. Oh, we also need what we need to make the chemical machines. So the first step of getting to the moon, first step would be to get there and be able to survive. Then the next step is to actually be able to play the game better in terms of, like, survival is the first step, so getting the oxygen running. Then the next step after survival is we have to actually, what are we missing? We are missing, oh, we're missing the tin canister. There we go. The next step after survival is that we will actually need to drop this carpet on the ground because it doesn't fit anymore. But we will actually, what are we missing now? We're missing something. We are missing, oh, we need this. No, we already have that, do we? Yes, we do. Okay, so what are we missing now? Are we missing steel again? We are missing steel again. Okay, we need more steel. We have a lot of, we are making a lot of things today. A lot of things today indeed. And what can I drop? I need to drop something because I don't have enough material, enough space for everything. Let's go ahead and drop the cobblestone because, actually, the dirt. Let's go ahead and drop the dirt. There we go. And put the carpet in the chest up at the top. But yeah, so, okay, so once we get to the moon, it'll basically be somewhat of a restart to the series, except that we can get back to the overworld if we need to. But we shall... what am I missing? I was missing something. I was missing... oh yes, steel. We need to actually convert some iron into steel. And do we have any extra iron in here in case we need it? Yes, we do, so that's good. But yes, we will need... let's go ahead and just make most of this iron into steel. Let's go ahead and drop 4 back into our own inventory, and then make this like this. But yeah, so that is the big question: is how are we going to survive? I don't even know if it's even possible. Do you guys know if it's even possible? But if it is possible, then we shall do it. So that is the idea. Let's go ahead and grab some steel. There we go, and let's go ahead and make this into an oxygen collector. Oh, we have 1 more steel that we need. We have now 2 more steel even. There we go. We now have our oxygen collector, which is nice. We also need to make a lot more oxygen pipe, which is glass panes, which we have 8 more glass panes, which is okay. And is that going to be enough? 7 oxygen pipe? I do not think so, but we shall find out. Let's go ahead and actually just grab some more glass panes while we are out here and stuff like that. So the idea would be the first stage, once we're there, is to survive, get the oxygen running. The second stage would be to start expanding and start growing and start being able to find some glass. Do we have any glass? We don't have any glass, but start to be able to... yes, we do have some glass, which is excellent. Okay, start to be able to actually make some things, actually do some things, and actually move on from there, which is very nice. And that will require... we will rely very, very heavily on applied energistics. When we can use applied energistics, that will be very nice indeed, because applied... whoops. Yeah, that is what I wanted to put back there. Okay, applied energistics basically... oh, and we need some saplings as well. Applied energistics basically means that we can auto-craft everything. We can automatically... let's grab 4 saplings, and we need... oh, we just put the dirt away, but we actually need it. Okay, let's go ahead and grab that and stick it back into our slot right there. But yes, so we shall... okay, yeah, so we will be coming back, in order to get expanded, we will be coming back to the overworld a lot, because we will need a chemical fusion chamber to really make this possible. And those things, I don't know if you guys remember back when we made that, but those require an insane amount of materials. It's just like, you think, oh, I must be done now. No, that only did like 1 layer, and then you've got a whole nother layer, and like 10 more layers, or 20 more layers or something to go. Not 20, but in any case. So yeah, so that is the issue, and so it's gonna be very, very interesting to try to actually get set up. That's gonna be the hardest part of the whole thing, is getting our chemical machines set up and getting our applied energistics machines set up. That is why we have the allowance for going back once every what was it? 5 minutes. Yes, 5 minutes per episode. And that would be the idea. So let's go ahead and build this up like this. We shall need to be able to reach that little place up there, so we shall expand something to get up there. Let's go ahead and make a pathway this way. Talk about, you guys are talking about I have really complicated pathways that need to be cleaned up, and now we're just adding another one apparently, so let's go ahead and do that. We shall arrive up there fairly soon. Come on. Okay, there we go. We have made it. We have made it up here. Okay. So we have a little bit of oil there, which is not too good, but that's okay. Is this enough room for a tree to grow? We shall find out. I think the trees grow... I think that it will fit. If we put it here, the tree grows out 1, 2, maybe 3. And that should be okay. Let's go ahead and bring it forward a bunch instead so that we don't run into the back of the cave there. And I think the tree should grow right there. Let's go ahead and make it one lower just in case. And let's move it over here so that it's not right directly beside the oil. Whoop, that's a torch. Let's go ahead and place down this. There we go. And now let's go ahead and try... There we go. Place down a sapling. We need to drop this cobblestone. There we go. And okay, we got way too many things to hold. Okay, and let's go ahead and place one down on the other side as well. Let's go ahead and place it right here, I think. Might be a good idea. There we go, and now we can place down our oxygen collector. Oh, nope, we need to actually place down the tree. And place down our oxygen collector right next to all that stuff. There we go. Okay, we're going to need a lot of power because we're going to need a lot of power cable because we are going to need to connect all the way up here. Didn't see that coming. So we need to bring the power pipe all the way over to there, which is a lot of pipe, and then we need to actually run it all the way up into here, into this thing, which is quite a long pipe. So in any case, we can connect the oxygen at least. There we go. We got the oxygen connected now, connected to the collector. And we also need to extend our power. And so let's go ahead and find our power cable. Hopefully these trees will grow. And you know what? Just to be on the safe side, let's go ahead and put one right in the middle, which would be right above this this oil actually. So let's go ahead and place down a tree like that. And the reason I'm saving this oil is in case we ever need it, because we will need a lot of oil. We will need a lot of oil, definitely. So let's go ahead and head down here like that. There we go. We can now head through here. And now we can grab our power pipe upstairs. Let's go ahead and get that. And head back down. So I will be back in a minute once I get some power pipe and get it ready to go. Another thing that we need to do before we leave is we need to actually clean up the base, make it into a proper underground base as we would like it to be, because there are a lot of things around and it's supposed to be a secret base, and what good is a secret base if it is all on the surface and you can see it? So that is a problem. So we need to actually clean that up before we leave. It'll be fairly easy to do. I don't think we need to actually spend the time to build the sugarcane farm in the house, possibly, because we can bring the sugarcane with us, things like that. So we are now, we have actually a lot of pipe that is left over from previous projects. So we got our iron pipe to start with, and let's go ahead and install that. And then we also have, after the iron pipe, we have a whole bunch more cobblestone kinesis pipe, which is a lot slower. This will transfer 80 RF per tick. This will transfer 1280 RF per tick. But it okay, so this looks weird with having a lack of carpet there. So we'll need to fix that a little bit, but that is okay. But yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and install this pipe and be back with you in a minute. So I'm extending the iron pipe because it takes the most electricity. I'm extending it to the junction to both machines. It's going to power both machines, and then the cobblestone pipe is going to power just the one at the end. But I ran out of pipe, 2 pipes short. But also, you can see over here, we have iron pipe. It goes up, then it goes down, then it goes over, and then it goes up again. So if we just simply smooth that out, then we can go ahead and be able to have 2 extra pipe easily. So I'm going to go ahead and finish that. And there we have it. The oxygen pipe is connected, and as you can see, the thing... Oh, it looks like we don't even need the tree. Oh, actually, is it coming just from the air, or is it coming from the saplings? The oxygen. You can see the oxygen particles. If you can see that, they are currently floating around. They are currently being collected. The oxygen is being collected in here, which is very nice, and it is outputting. Is it? Yes? No? Yes? No? Something like that. Let's go ahead and see. And we've got... Aha! We've got oxygen coming in, which is very nice indeed. Let's go ahead and grab our oxygen tanks and fill them in this thing, and we shall soon be fully full on oxygen in order to get to the moon, which is very nice. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video and stuff like that. We have successfully... What was I going to say? I'm sorry. I need more sleep, apparently. We have successfully created the system to produce the oxygen. We also have the gear that we need to actually wear the oxygen in the first place, which is very nice. And we also have the rocket ready. We need to make fuel for the rocket. We need to make a way to make fuel on the moon. And we also need a way to do something. I don't know if we want to try to make those minecam machines before we leave or something, or just bring the ones we have. But then that messes up the system on the base. So I don't know what we want to do with that. Actually, maybe we should, we don't use the giant machines very often, so maybe we should just take the chemical fission and fusion reactors with us, but then the little machines, we'll have to make loads of them anyway, so for auto crafting, so maybe we should just not bother to take them and just make them new or something. Not entirely sure. What do you guys think about that matter? Should we take our minecam machines with us, or should we just leave them here? And also, if you guys have any suggestions for a title, I'm thinking about renaming the series when we get to episode 100 and restarting the episode number counter and things like that. That's one idea I'm considering. And if you guys have any ideas for like a moon survival or moon Monday or moon, I don't know, something like that. Just trying to come up with a silly name, but in any case, if you guys have any suggestions, let me know. And for now, we have one fully filled oxygen tank, we have one not quite fully filled oxygen tank, and we need to figure out this whole string thing for making the parachutes. We do not have any string, which makes things very difficult indeed. But yeah, so hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. See you guys in the next video where we're going to continue getting to the moon.